Odysseus.
I think there's 2 different Odysseus movies. I think there's like some guy made the Odysseus movie, and then there's like going to be a musical.
Yeah, the
Odysseus
epic
movie.
musical
We're up.
movie. But hello, everybody. Welcome in, ladies and gentlemen. All right. I have to get my thingamabob up. But welcome in, everyone. Welcome in, Ray. Congrats on getting first. Welcome in, Azaria. Welcome in, Creeper. Welcome in, Saber. Always good to see you guys. Welcome in, all my friendly fellows and folks who are my players for today. But greetings, dear spirits, and welcome to the Tables of Tartarus, a division of Purgatory Corner where fate is bound by dice and stories are carved into eternity. I'm your storyteller, Sinspeaks, and today we're going to be continuing the tale of Tyrant's Wrath. I'm here with my players today, Ania, Cyril, Galmar, Dakota, Aldith, and Sapphire. Hi.
Hello. Greetings.
Hi. Hello.
If you guys are interested in seeing more about their players, feel free to check out their players' bits over there inside the chat, where you guys can see all the different aspects of each of the different players. But for now, take a seat at the table, let the threads destiny unravel before you. Every story has a reader, and you should always share your stories. I think it's Heroes. There we go. And it will be pinned for all you fine fellows. There we go. Alrighty. Last time that we were on D&D, my brain's only half working. Story, do you remember what happened last time?
I got my notes thing.
Appreciate you.
One moment.
I think I have a quick recap typed up.
I think you do.
Hell yeah.
If you want to, go ahead. And I can fill in anything that didn't touch.
Let me find it real quick.
I think it's there.
Yep.
Yeah.
Ready?
Mm-hmm.
Welcome back, Dice fans. Our audience here on this side of the galaxy was just absolutely drawn in by what they saw our intrepid team of adventurers went through last week and have demanded we check back in, or the producers will remove my head. This is Chuck and Rocks again, coming to you live from the Rawlin Nebula here with the update on Vale's Equinox. My teleprompter says last week, but it seems that we are now coming in 2 weeks from then. We came in on the tail end of the team opening up an enormous can of whoop-ass on a giant boar, likely infected by one of the deadly sins. Our interdimensional cameras finally caught up with Eplith, seemingly one of the 3 personalities contained within Ania, sponsored by the Circle of Stars. Every story has a star. And Dakota, sponsored by the dealer. Care to try your luck? The pair of them shared a heartfelt moment between them, since they are both changelings and both from the Star Shadow Kingdom, a kingdom made entirely of high elves, and also a place where Dakota was brutally tortured as a child for the crime of, let me just check my notes here. Oh, not a crime at all, simply existing, and the torture and imprisonment was for quote-unquote experimentation. Yikes. Eplith, meanwhile, had a different experience since her dad, a changeling himself, was high up enough as an elf to be a researcher himself. Turns out you can't pull the wool over everyone's eyes forever, though, as he was discovered by the High Elves, and while Eplith and her mother escaped to live with the Wood Elves, the fate of her father remains unclear. The conversation concluded with them coming across a field of broken stone, semi-precious gems, and the cart of another adventuring party, one of the horses of which they recognized. Being neighborly, as they often seem wont to be, they left the cart alone and left the present for their friends. How sweet. The moment over, we return to the remainder of the party, finishing up processing the massive boar and cramming and tying down all the parts into the cart they had before making the bold, and some might say dangerous, choice to split the party. With Ania, Dakota, and Aldith, sponsored by Helm and the Temple of Helm, ain't no protection more divine, bringing the boar meat back using 3 magically summoned steeds and 1 enormous mastiff to move the heavy load back to the druid circle. Aldith and Ania shared another heartwarming moment discussing Cyril Eldovich's, sponsored by Hearn, God of the Hunt, any day hunting is always a good day, outburst of rage after successfully bringing down the enormous beast. Both having different theories, they would have to probably wait to corner him and force it out of the sad bastard. They turned their attention to the future, Star Shadow Kingdom looming ahead in their journey, and the heated topic of Roderick. We ended last week on the other half of the group, Gelmar, sponsored by Boren's Forge. If it's Boren, it's quality. Cyril and Sapphire, sponsored by the Feywild. Can I have your attention, please? We're hunting down the deadly sin presumed to be wrath by following the trace amount of energy left behind by the infection within the boar's tracks. Mostly thanks to Sapphire's tracking skills, the party was able to keep track of the path it cut through the woods, and allowed Gelmar and Cyril to have a little heart-to-heart themselves. Gelmar, cutting to the chase pretty quick, long before the others could corner him, and asked Cyril why he was so mad after the successful hunt. The elder cryptid explained it was a mix of rage at it happening to the boar in the first place, worry for the safety of his companions, and a sprinkle of disappointment in the choice that was made to continue unequipped to fight the creature. The discussion eventually turned to how to celebrate the successful hunt, which it turns out hadn't crossed Cyril's mind yet, as he was far too focused on hunting down this sin. We ended last time as the hunting party slowed their advance, noticing the energy trail getting stronger, meaning they were getting closer. Will they continue forward? Will the others catch up in time? Will either of them even have the choice?
I love that. It's so good.
Very good. Very good. I don't think I have anything else to add.
I like it.
What was the specific line Ania said at the end of last session?
That was really funny. Ania basically said that, so Aldith was talking about how her journey she'll know more about her journey when she kills Roderick.
Mhm.
And Ania was like, oh, he's probably going to be dead within a month or two anyway.
Right,
And
yeah.
then Aldith went, what? And then we cut.
Oh, I fucking love that. Alright. We'll get back to that one in just a moment as we go back on the session prompt. If you guys haven't seen our session prompts before, it's essentially a way for us to get into a little bit more into your character mindset or into a little bit more into the player mindset, and allows us to kind of like dig in a little bit. And sometimes it's just silly and funny, sometimes a little bit more serious. You can do this with your guys' characters too inside the audience if you guys are interested in doing so. It really helps you get into kind of the D&D like player mindset to really sink into your character. Do you remember which side we started on last time?
I wrote it down. It's my turn this time.
Nice. All right. Ania, what is your favorite part about your character? Be that physical, mental, about their journey, or about what they mean to you?
I just I enjoy every character I make pretty much. If I had to pick like a favorite thing that separates them from other characters, it's the whole her multiple personalities aspect. I enjoy like going between Ania, Tra, and Eplith quite a lot. And I also have a lot going on of what they're thinking, even if Ania's not switching around, which does sort of influence how Ania's acting.
Ooh, I like that.
So I'm enjoying the juggling of that.
You're doing it very well.
Thank you.
All right. Cyril, what is your favorite part about your character? Be that physical, mental, about their journey, or about what they mean to you?
I'd say the favorite part of Cyril for me is sort of the chance to kind of like let loose a little bit with moral, to be in that morally gray zone, especially surrounded by a group of people that are, for the most part, not very gray in their morals.
Okay. I like that. Alrighty. Gelmar, was your favorite part about your character? Be that physical, mental, about their journey, or even about what they mean to you?
I'd say it's probably mental, but to explain what I mean, I'm going to have to start with the basic pretense of basically every time I play D&D, I almost always find myself in the headspace of a serious character. So it's a lot more fun to get in the details for characters that are a lot more whimsy. And honestly, it's a lot of fun specifically with regards to Gelmar. It's fun to have the character that's just like internally a child who is, or internally he's a child who is very much excited to have the opportunity to look at all the stuff that's going on around him in the humanoid civilizations that he has the opportunity to look at or to experience firsthand. Sorry, I did not write this down.
You're more than fine.
And alongside that, he's having a lot of fun watching the activities of all the other characters, thinking of them as if they are heroes in their own right, and probably very silently fanboying about basically everything they do in the back of his mind the entire time. Right. I don't know, something about that's just hilarious to me.
It's very entertaining. It comes off really well in terms of like your character interaction and stuff. Alrighty, Dakota, what is your favorite part about your character? Be that physical, mental, about their journey, or about what they mean to you?
I think my favorite part of Dakota is probably just his story and his themes. I think, like so much of his character is about trying to be a hero, but it feels like the world itself is looking at him in a different way, and he doesn't know how to grapple with that or what he wants to be. If he lives his truth, then he feels like the world will look at him in a way that scares him. But if he tries to be what he thinks is a hero, then he's lying to himself. So it's these themes of truth and justice that really fascinates me.
All right, I like that. That's really cute. Aldous, what is your favorite part about your character? Be that physical, mental, about their journey, or about what they mean to you?
I definitely think like my favorite part about Aldith is how she's like personally healed me. Like making a character based off of my own trauma and then like getting to heal that trauma in a D&D session is like crazy to me. But at the same time, it's been so eye-opening and like all this complicated, considering this is like my first like ever D&D like anything, it's really like been interesting and fun to delve into such a complicated character because like I struggle with character continuity, but that's just my fault. But like she just has a lot of like complicated emotions that I end up feeling. Like I end up getting so into her headspace that I'll like feel her emotions. So it's just been really interesting to like just test my limits, but also like get to like heal a part of myself that needed like healing.
Yeah, I'm glad we can help. Alrighty. Sapphire. What is your favorite part about your character? Be that physical, mental, about their journey, or about what they mean to you?
I haven't had much time to actually think about it, so really the only thing that keeps popping in my head is her skin, especially in the moonlight.
Aw.
He's so pretty.
The little glittery skin. I love it. Alrighty. Well, thank you all for your answers. It's always fascinating to see kind of like what's in your guys' headspace, what's kind of how you guys see your characters, and what especially means a lot to you, both as players, but like also as like how your characters' journeys are going, how your characters' stories are going. All that is like really good way of us seeing kind of like what's in your head and kind of gives me more to focus on when it comes to your characters. I appreciate that. All right. So the last episode that we ended on is that you guys are traveling down your ways back to the druid circle, trying to deliver the very large oh yeah, a carriage. Is it no? What's the word I'm looking
It's
for?
a cart.
Cart. Thank you. Don't know why I could not think of the word.
Cart.
But yeah, you guys trying to take back the overly stuffed cart back into the druid circle. And yeah, Nia, you just told Aldo that Roderick is most likely going to die in 2 months.
Alda, do you want to start with something, or do you want Ania to pick up after the what was said? And I think Dakota's like looking over the edge of the cart or something, like, what?
I think she would just be giving you like the most dumbfounded expression you can ever see on someone's face, and I would just let Ania talk from there.
Mm-hmm. Ania, I believe they were both Ania and Aldith were on like the seat of the cart where you like direct the horses, and Aldith has like the reins, and Ania's like lounging next to her. She was trying to sleep, but she can't.
Mm-hmm.
And she would look over to Aldith and look away, and she'd be like, well, do you want the short version, or do you want like the version that's gonna make you frown really hard?
Alda's grip will get tighter on the reins, and she's gritting her teeth, and she just exhales through her nose really hard, and she's like, I want the version that you can tell me as quickly as possible before I pull the reins on this horse, stop the horse, and something bad happens.
And he is like squinting, like trying to figure out what version that is. And she goes, Roderick has an objective to fulfill, and he pretty much, once he fulfills the objective, he's probably going to try to do away with himself. Honestly, though, his team probably won't let him, but he'll probably try to sneak away to do it anyway.
You can see frown lines in like her forehead. she's thinking so hard right now on like just how she even wants to continue this conversation. She's pissed off for multiple different reasons right now.
What do you mean you knew this and you didn't tell me sooner?
She's like, I'm thinking so hard.
He can't get out of this by killing himself. He's not gonna do that. I'm gonna kill. Like, she's. There's so many angry thoughts in her head.
Oh, that wasn't even the part that was supposed to make you frown.
She's gonna raise an eyebrow at that. Go on. Please, go on.
I can, but this is gonna give you an existential crisis. Are you sure?
I will be right back,
you're
folks. I
getting
gotta move something.
You're gonna get a little bit of sassy Eldith with the response of like, she'll sort of like release one of her hands from the reins and point up at the stars and go, I just asked the stars about my future. I don't think anything can shock me anymore. Continue, please.
Ania's eyes light up because Aldith has given her the equivalent of a challenge and permission all in one box. So Ania sits up and she like puts her hands together, like the fingertips all together, and she looks at Aldith, and her expression is like its usual smile, but it's a little bit unreadable at the same time. She goes, well, you see, Roderick's trying to take vengeance on people who destroyed his hometown.
I would say the Aldous expression would immediately fall. It looks like you just stole her soul. Like her face probably pales at least like a couple of skin tones. She's like, oh no.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Dakota's just like awkwardly clearing his throat in the background.
And he's planning on executing that vengeance in about a month. I'm trying to stop it. Of course, I was going to tell you guys how to stop it once we, get done with all this. But regardless of if he achieves it or not, I don't know how he's going to take that.
I think Aldith is stuck in silence. I'm gonna be so for real. She's probably like, she probably looks to Ania, then down to her hands, then back to Ania, then down to her hands, then back to Ania. Like she's having hella inner turmoil right now.
And Ania like pauses, and her voice goes a little bit more into epliths, and her super cheery demeanor ebbs a bit. She's like, I understand that's a little bit difficult. Sorry. I know you gave permission, but that I think I was probably a little bit mean there. I apologize. It is true though.
I think she'd like stop looking at her hands and look at Ania and just go, no, you aren't. No, it wasn't that you were mean. It's just, oh
It's
no.
a lot to take.
Ania then looks off like towards where they're going, the carriage, and her voice is still like a mix, and she goes, if you do get vengeance, which you can, but Roderick and his people have an entire town of families that they are protecting. If you do get vengeance, I do believe inevitably you are going to cause one of those children to want vengeance on you. And I think that's a decision you probably need to think about for at least a little bit.
I think Aldith will like stare at Ania for like a hot minute, and then she'll offer her the reins.
Ania will accept this.
Aldith will hop off of the cart and just walk alongside it for a second, like let the cart trail ahead. But she has gotten off the cart. She needs to go on a quote unquote walk.
I have come back.
Aldith, like, you can't exist. You can't exist in no crisis. Me, Ania's like, bet. Ania does not object to this at all, and she like looks to Dakota, and her expression's like a little bit worried, sort of like, did I do the right thing? Is this okay?
Did I torture
He also
her?
looks worried, but he kind of like glances over like at Aldith and then looks back, then gives like a really awkward and hesitant thumbs up.
Ania gives a also equally awkward and hesitant thumbs up.
We did good, buddy. Yeah.
You needed this
crying.
probably.
She's not crying, so at least there's that.
That is true.
Like, this is gonna take me a couple days.
As you guys are on the journey, all three of you roll me a wisdom saving throw real quick.
Hooray! No, I want a
That-
saving throw. There we go.
Just regular wisdom?
Yep.
Oh man. My wisdom saving throw is +3.
Oh yeah, just Sorry.
Okay.
Wisdom saving throw. Yeah.
Oops. Okay.
We're
sorry,
gonna add
one
that
sec.
+3 in that case.
Okay.
Uh,
Dang it. Okay, never mind. Hey, can you do No. You can have to be the 5.
all
It's
right.
fine.
Cool. All right. So,
I
as
wanna go with my most honest roll.
as is quite common, Ania is the one who succeeds this throw.
Yeah, sounds about right.
The other two. So, Ania, because of your special eyes and honestly the fact that you're just really used to this specifically happening, roll me perception.
Hooray! Perception check. Oh no.
Oh boy. you're
Wasn't a 1 at least.
That is true. So as you guys are journeying down the journey, the road is relatively straightforward. The fact that it's so, generally bumpy and there's a lot of shit that just starts happening, essentially. The road, it's a lot of, I suppose, mud holes would be the term here. The cart gets stuck a lot. The journey is constant annoyance. like everything that could possibly happen that would be a very minor irritation happens over and over and over and over again. When you guys were driving down this road the first time, maybe there was like 2 or 3 annoyances that you can like conceive of that might have happened. As you guys are driving back through this way, whether it's because of how heavy the cart is, whether it's because of the weather it's been like recently, whether it's, the who's pulling the cart or whatever it may be, constant stuff happening. You swear the wheel gets stuck every like 30 seconds. I think it's 2 elks, a horse, and Bubbles?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah. They're all like somewhat struggling to pull the cart. It's like a very minor struggle for most of them, but like every now and again it'll get stuck and one of the elks will like be kind of like thrown to the side a little bit, and then gotta push it forwards and all that fun stuff. And this happens for hours as you guys are slowly moving your way down the area. Whatever may be the reason that you guys can tell, it's just sheer annoyance for hours. How are you guys reacting to this?
It didn't take us a day to get here, and it didn't rain, so to Ania it makes no sense, other than maybe the excess weight on the cart is getting caught more. She is starting to check ahead to try and like spot potholes and mud puddles before it happens.
Okay.
To try and like move the cart out of the way.
All Death and Dakota?
Okay, so I swear that I was listening, but for some reason, everything you said in description of this circumstance, after you were talking about like the minor inconveniences and things, just kind of turned into syllables, until you said, "How do you respond to this?"
Basically, for like several hours that you guys are going down this road, it's just sheer annoyances. Everything you can possibly think of that could go wrong, from one of the wheels on the cart just kind of like popping to the side and it being at such an awkward angle that like digs into the dirt, to the cart sinking into mud puddles, to the elk taking just the wrong step and moving and pretty much getting stuck in where the ground is and the cart having to stop for like a solid couple of minutes, to Bubbles pushing the cart and it just so happens to like get flung slightly into a rock, which damages the cart, to thousands of very minor inconvenience like that for like an hour or two straight.
Yeah, all right. I think in which case, I think Dakota is like mostly concerned with how the other two are like reacting to this. But Dakota is kind of just like trying to like roll with it and be like, all right, it's all right. Hold on. I think he's just trying to be like helpful and chill right now for the most part.
All right. Alda?
Unfortunately, Aldous on the other end of the spectrum, she's fucking pissed.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what I expected.
DM, you can X-nay this, but I would say she's so pissed that, like, her eyes are starting to glow a little bit.
Yeah, no, that works for me.
And she's, like, on, like, because she's off of the cart now, I'd say that she has a death grip on her necklace that she wears. She has a feeling her dad has something to do with it.
Can I change my action now that I know all that's pissed?
Sure. What's the action?
Ania's gonna give the reins to Dakota and be like, pat the seat. Come up, drive, Dakota. I don't think you've driven the cart before. And she's gonna hop down and she's going to actually scout the road ahead and use like mold earth to like smooth anything out if she spots anything.
Interesting. Okay. Yeah, you're able to reduce quite a bit of the mud issues and the general potholes and all the other stuff. As you're like just slowly smoothing over the ground and things like that. We'll go with ooh, I have so many things I could do here. Hold on. We're gonna go with
Never a good thing.
Dakota. Roll me a perception check.
Interesting person to ask to roll perception, but sure.
You're welcome.
I got a
'Cause you're the
flat zero
driver.
here. I totally got this.
All right then.
That's a 9.
So you can.
I don't think Dakota's ever managed to get a good perception check, to be honest. I can't think of a single time.
As you're going through, you can hear that like the wheels behind you, like they're going steady, but you can hear this faint squeak that happens. Not like an animal squeak or anything. You're very used to that. No, it's the squeak of the wheel, and the wheel just every like third or fourth rotation, it just squeaks, and then the wheel on the right side, the back right side, every like 3.5 rotations, it squeaks. It's a very loud squeak, but it's like that one. Those like very specific. Like you once you hear it, you just can't stop hearing it. Essentially, and it's just like they're slightly out of sync. Is that these two like constant squeakings? Aldith, roll me another wisdom saving throw. Oh boy. Okay. So, you're not hearing the squeaking. Interestingly enough, you're not hearing the squeaking at all. But you swear, you would swear on fucking a gravestone that you're randomly hearing some kind of voice. Every time like you turn around, nothing's there. Sometimes you swear you can hear like Dakota saying some kind of quip, but every time you look at Dakota's just like not doing anything. Essentially, like he's just like looking at the road, kind of like moseying on, the elks and stuff like that. But you swear you're hearing something. You swear you're hearing someone say something. Sometimes it's just like, minor things, like every now and again you might be hearing like, you swear you hear someone behind you say something, but sometimes you could swear like Dakota's like saying something kind of mean every now and again, but every time you look over, nothing. Absolutely nothing. And then we'll give Nia another perception check, I think. Good God.
My goodness.
The natural 20 was so strong that I decided not to. The game has forgotten the 20 apparently. How dare you get... Oh, there it is.
No, there it is.
Your natural 20 was so strong, the game refused. All right, as you're moseying down the road and you're laying down the mold earth and stuff, you turn back every now and again to like look at the group, and you can see with your special eyes a small red thread, I suppose would be the closest description to it, that is just like sticking out of the cart and specifically going into Aldith. It's like has minor other connections, like the wheel, for example, a little bit into Dakota, and every now and again, like it'll move out into one of the elks, and the elk will like move ever so slightly to the left, and will pretty much just like not quite twist his ankle, but trip basically, or do other small minor inconveniences. You are seeing like this weird red thread kind of sticking out. You see Aldith, I assume Aldith, that you are so much more on edge at this point, especially after like a good solid like 20 minutes of hearing voices that just aren't there.
Yeah.
So you're seeing all of this happen. Like as you like turn around and kind of like looking at everything, you're seeing all this happen. The thread is almost intangible. Like it's hard to see in any degree. But you are able to like kind of see the thread connecting the carriage to your companions and the elks.
And Nia stops and she's like squinting at the cart, but she doesn't say anything yet. She starts to walk back towards the cart, not saying anything. She's gonna try to sneak a peek in the back.
Okay.
You know, just moving.
Yeah. As you like move all the way to the back, and like you've paved the road for like a good distance. So you like move kind of to the back. Dakota, like you're trying to keep that happy front, but that squeaking, man. That it's slightly out of sync. It's so almost perfectly in sync that like it kind of like lulls into the background every now and again, but then the other end just hits you in the ears. How are you reacting to this slowly building, absolute mind-bogglingly annoying thing?
I think he would definitely be very frustrated. I think, like, it's really getting to him. He looks around, just like, does anyone hear that? Anyone hear that? Is it just me? There's like a squeaking. And it's really getting to me.
Do I hear
Are
a
the
squeak?
wheels okay?
You could vaguely hear the squeaking on the wheel. Like it's one of those things where like if you really pay attention to the wheel specifically, you can kind of hear it.
Since Ania's already like walking towards the cart, she's like, "Oh, I'll check on it."
Okay. Thanks, miss. Please do. I don't know why. It's really getting to me.
Aldith, as Ania passes you, you swear she says something under her breath, but you can't see her lips move.
Honestly, not out of character for me.
How do you respond?
I feel like Aldith is bottling up all of her frustration until it blows because she doesn't want to be an inconvenience. She's already caused enough issues today. She doesn't want to. She's like conscious of the fact that like she feels like she's already caused enough issues with like the whole boar situation, and then like probably made Ania a little uncomfortable while talking on the cart. So she's just like, I'm angry, but I'm not gonna tell anybody, but I'm angry. Oh god, I'm angry.
You can feel it bubbling like under your skin at this point. But yeah, you walk over to like the cart wheels and stuff as it's moving, and like you like lean really close to it as it's like slowly moving down the road, and like really close to it, you can kind of hear the squeaking. You've no idea how Dakota could possibly hear it from where they are.
Yeah, she was totally lying about checking on the squeaking. She's checking on the back of the cart. She just said it so no one would suspect her.
Oh, that's fair. Yeah, so you head all the way to the back, and yeah, I mean, there's the significant quantity of boar that's in the back there. You do see, like, the red, I suppose, tendrils or thread or whatever you could conceivably call it, does seem almost to be extending from this thing. This bundle of flesh, basically.
Nia's gonna take her staff, hit the bundle, and cast a spell magic. Like, stop that.
Stop that.
Stop that.
Let me see real quick. I always forget to spell magic specific wording.
Choose one creature, object, or magical effect. Yeah.
All right. Feel free to roll me. What's that? Yeah, wisdom, I think.
It says DC. Make a ability check using your spellcasting ability, which should be wisdom, I believe.
Yeah.
So wisdom, just ability check.
Yeah.
Can I apply my wheel to it? I think I have 2 more.
I would say yes.
Yes. Okay. So that is plus 1d8. Let's see if that works. Oh wait, not 1d8. It was 1d6.
You got high enough, so.
It's. Oh, I did do 1d6.
Oh, you did 1d6. Nice. Okay. I love your brain just like all translated. Good lord. All right, yeah, that's Jesus Christ.
Her wisdom's so high.
So as you tap the thing, you see like all these like red, like almost tendril things, like kind of like move back into the boar's bones and whatever else you put in there. Doesn't seem like it has fully faded, but it basically looks like you curb stomped something. it's the
swatted
equivalent.
It like a fly.
Yeah, you basically stomped it into near non-existence, essentially. Whatever magic, whatever power this thing has is very likely, based on your knowledge of the Sins, something from the fact this is a piece of the wrath. But God, with that much fucking power that you just sunk into this thing, you basically told it, "Fuck you, stay down." So probably isn't coming out for a little while. Dakota instantly fades. That not the irritation, like the sounds. The irritation kind of sits with you a little bit, but your general jovialness just kind of like it fades a little bit from you. Aldith, most of the rage that you're feeling wasn't from the bar. You're no longer hearing the voices, and you're like, it kind of like boggles your mind just a little bit that you thought Ania said something under her breath meanly to you. You're fairly confident she still said something under her breath, but might have been comforting. You're not quite sure. But you're like, it boggles your mind that it was like, you thought it was something mean. You still feel like bashing somebody's skull in, but, you know, you've been feeling that way for a while. So.
Ania will lean over like, everyone okay?
Better, yeah.
What you did to that wheel, man?
In response.
The boar's cursed. Like, still cursed. Dead cursed.
Uh...
That wheel, how dare. Alright, yeah. But yeah, no longer.
No, go ahead.
I was just saying, like, Dakota no longer feels like the boar. You didn't really feel it in the first place, Ania, for whatever reason. But whatever minor irritations you might have felt kind of fades as well.
Tra's like in the back being pissed for no reason, but that's just normal Tra. All the anger goes to him anyway.
Tra's just like, "Ma, this son of a..." Oh, wait.
I'm just normal angry, sorry.
I was a little bit
Yeah,
extra
like,
pissed off for a second there.
Nia leans over, looking towards Aldous, like,
But yeah, we may have a problem. I think I circumvented what it was doing. I think it had like these magic strings attached to both of you and to the cart. I don't think this is safe to leave with anyone. Should we contact Cyril? I don't know what to do, which is very bad for me.
Hmm. Yeah, I say we contact Cyril just cause like I don't know if we got like a cursor or whatever. I mean that they might end up getting like a cursor or whatever too. So I mean
yeah,
it's possible, right?
yeah, and also, what I did to undo it, I won't be able to do again unless I rest, and I haven't been able to rest this whole time.
Ooh.
Ooh.
What's a time estimate on like how far we are from the circle?
I would say you guys have been journeying for quite a bit now. If I recall correctly, is about 8 or so hours to get back to the circle from where you guys were. Obviously slightly slower because of the cart issues, B, the how heavy the cart is, and a few other bits and pieces. So about 10 hours or so you guys would have to go for the journey. You guys have been going for about 6 or 7 hours without stopping at this point.
So we're closer to the druid camp.
Yeah.
Druids would be better at handling this.
I fear that Aldith is so angry. She's like, I just want this shit off my hands. Just fucking take it back to the circle. I don't care what we do with it.
Yes, ma'am.
It's been a while, so I forget whose sending stones have been used.
I know at least one of your sending zones has been used, so you still have 2 remaining.
Okay. Assuming Dakota, well, Nia's not gonna ask Aldith, so Nia's gonna ask Dakota for his.
I'll tell Cyril what's up, but it's probably better to get it to the druids. They probably have at least some magic that can contain this. Hopefully whatever I did keeps it down long enough for us to reach.
Yeah. I'm just concerned that like if the others get like a curse thing, that's like Cyril's kind of already in a mood a little bit. Last I saw.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
And go ahead.
No.
So Ania's gonna send a message. I need a second to figure out the word count. 25, right?
Yeah, word count 25.
Okay. Would it be? Are we cutting here? Because I assume Cyril won't be able to reply right away. I assume it's gonna happen later on.
So we're gonna move over to Cyril and the other 2. So, for you three, you guys have been, as we've said a few times, like moving through the grounds. I believe when we stopped last time, Sapphire has been absolutely just like moving like this is second nature to her, because it pretty much is. This is literally her home space, essentially. Moving through the vines, moving through the forest area, and it's dense. This is dense forest. She's moving through it like is water, basically. For Gelmar and Cyril, you guys are essentially having to fight your way through this area. Because you guys are both quite large, so you guys are like hacking, slashing, swinging, like you guys are pushing your way through, essentially. And you guys have been doing this for hours, so it's starting to really take somewhat of a toll on you. Thankfully, Sapphire has been able to slow down just a little bit as you guys have been moving forward with such a pace that this red mist that Sapphire has been following is starting to get significantly thicker, so it's easier to follow. So trying to slow down just a little bit for you guys to be able to keep up with her has been relatively simple without her losing her tracks. That being said, all three of you roll me a wisdom saving throw, please.
Oh, not bad.
Pretty all
Nice.
right. All right.
we
Unnatural
go.
20.
Oh, not you, Dakota. Sorry. Cyril, Galmar, and Sapphire.
Yep. Yep, that tracks.
Yep.
All right, I just wanted to say I'm gonna post the message in chat, and she's actually gonna be sending it to Sapphire because she believes Sapphire is gonna be the least likely to be affected by this.
Ooh, interesting. All right.
So let me go ahead and post that in.
Yeah.
So you can deliver that whenever it's time.
Cool. And Sapphire, thank you. Ooh. All right. you made a very good choice. All right. So Sapphire, this is basically, again, as I said, home territory for you. This is more peaceful to you than anything else. This is legitimately probably the most peaceful or at peace you've been the entire journey that you've been on with your companions. Just wandering through the forest, just like, you know, moving through it. You're fluidly moving through this forest. Galmar, this is hella fun. You are hacking and slashing. You are pushing your way through forest territory. You're more used to snow biomes. So large flat plains, icy winds, and nothing as far as the eye can see. Boring as fuck and quiet as hell. This is the complete opposite. This is very loud because of the insects that are all around you. This is, you know, hacking and slashing through dense forest that you can barely see more than 10, 15 feet in front of you for. This is kind of hot. This is kind of sweaty. This is like what you imagine would be kind of like fighting the forest, more or less. And for you, that's basically enjoyable.
I was not allowed to get my morning exercises in, so I'm getting them now, dang it!
Brave. For you, Cyril, this is equivalent to beating yourself in the head over and over again for like 3 hours straight. This is just annoying. Seeing like Gelmar like having the time of his life, seeing Sapphire like moving through it so easily, and you are stumbling through this like a golem because like this is not your terrain. This is not what you are very good at. Your weapon is not designed for slashing through vines and shit like that. You're a protection based person. You're like, you have a shield, you have a glaive. Like, the forest is not your domain. Dense forest is definitely not your domain. You are not fit for this. So it is significantly harder for you to get through this area than it is for either of your companions any way, shape, or form. And it is very irritating, especially after like the second or third hour and like the sweat dripping down your body. It's like, even though it's going into soon to be spectral, it's like hot as fuck in this forest. Like, outside the forest is probably like 60 some degrees. This is like 75. You guys are pushing through it. You're like, the temperature around you is like heating up to like 80s or so. This is like swelteringly hot for you, especially in all of your armor. So how are you responding to this?
So it's I'm imagining like just the like swing, it catch it, the go to swing to cut some brush, the glaive catches on a tree. Come on. And just like trip, whack my head on another tree. This is on fucking purpose. I swear to fucking God. How are you having so much fucking fun?
I guess you could say I'm used to a tougher environment. Have you seen, how deep snow can get up in the mountains? Do you need a hand?
No, I can do this. I can do this. Never. I don't think I've ever been to the mountains. Thankfully.
A shame. They're really nice this time of year. We should go out there later.
Yes, I'm sure freezing my balls off is nice.
Alright.
Okay. Oh, it's not that bad. Just need a warm coat.
I'm sure. I'm sure. And I suppose I will one day be forced to visit deep into the mountains for some just God-forsaken reason.
I'm more than happy to try and chop a few of these branches if that would make it easier. He says, looking down at his hand axe.
There will always be more branches. Whack. There will always be more of these things. I bet one of these things is holed up in the fucking mountain. Different places. Whack.
Do you need a glass? As he said, as looking back towards his bag. I know it's not exactly the best of times, but it might be some level of a good pick-me-up. Sorry, that message was muffled. I didn't quite catch it.
A what?
A glass. He was offering a mug of ale. Considering he does still have that bottle on him.
You know, I think I...
Fuck. Oh, there we go.
Yeah, stream died.
And we'll,
Sorry, my internet's been hating me a lot lately. And I don't know why. Alright, we are back.
I think
Sorry
it's
about
back.
that.
I see it back, yeah. At least
You guys got a lot of bad weather up your way this time of year?
No, it's our router. It's being annoying. It's either our router or it's my router's connection to my Wi-Fi. Either way, something is being weird with our internet, and it's being very annoying. But that one might have been both my router and my OBS.
I get the sneaking suspicion you use a different service provider, so the fact that mine also might not be the best at the over the course of the past several days might be unrelated.
Yeah.
But yes, this is normal storm season for us, but this is probably the brightest I've seen in this time of year in years.
No.
And that honestly kind of scares me.
At perfect timing as well, because it fucking decided to do the the internet dropping as an ad went off, which is very funny. But yeah, so the last thing I think stream heard is that Gelmar stood back a little bit and poured a mug of ale for Cyril.
For which Cyril just ignored the cup and just grabbed the entire bottle and drank that instead.
Yep.
Beautiful. It is I mean, it kind of like burns your throat a little bit because obviously it's like ale and such. It doesn't do much for you, but is pleasant at very least. As you know, just drinking ale for the most part does. It's just kind of soothing. It like soothes your nerves just a little bit. I will have you roll another wisdom saving throw though, mostly because I'm very curious on what roll you're going to get.
All of us or just him?
Just 0.
Okay.
You say that like this. You say that like Foundry lets me roll above a 10 most of the time.
Yo, one day, maybe. Well, one day Foundry might be nice to
on
you.
this one?
Nah, it's just don't be really one.
They're trying to offer emotional support.
even if I had added the +1 last time to my roll like I'm supposed to for my aura. Oh wait, no. I think it's already being added.
Yeah, it automatically adds it for you specifically.
Yeah, never mind. Oh,
there we go. Above a 10, you know?
Holy shit, the dice do go that high.
It is still
Hey,
annoying
120.
to a degree, as you are, you know, hacking and slashing your way through. But you're starting to kind of get into the motion a little bit. Your weapon is cleaving just a little bit better than it was before. You're not bashing your head against, you know, the stones or the trees quite as often. You're starting to get into the flow of it. It's starting to get a little bit more fun. Might be that, you know, that is really strong alcohol, but you know, you're starting to get kind of into the groove of it, into the motion. Am I dead for you guys? I shouldn't be. Am I good? We all good?
Hello.
Nope.
I can
Okay.
see the stream. I'm just making sure everyone else can.
Okay, cool. Was very concerned for a second there, but yes. So as you guys, again, this happens for the next several hours. So all the you know, you get into the groove of it, you get into the motion of it. Sapphire, you have literally no trouble going through this forest. You don't even have to hack and slash. You are literally like you're weaving your way through this area, super easily because it's just what you're used to essentially. I will have you roll a survival check real quick to make sure that you're able to keep a firm grasp on the red mist. So when you're able to, feel free to roll that. Oh, I keep forgetting to pull up Spirit Lo-Fi on. All right. A 14. That's not bad, honestly. So you're starting to lose it a little bit, starting to lose the red mist a little bit, but you do have like a firm enough idea of where it's going. As you guys are journeying down this forest and you guys are looking at the areas, you do see a lot of, I suppose, tainted plants. The red mist will sometimes move over and almost find a host, almost, with some of these plants. And they'll turn somewhat red, maybe sometimes have spots, sometimes be like stripes, sometimes like full coloration. And they will usually start dying. Like almost immediately. It'll just start kind of dying. And it's a very strange thing to watch, very strange thing to experience. Why is my headset on the wrong speakers? What the fuck? Hold on. I don't know why this would do that. There we go. My shit just wasn't working properly. Fantastic. Love that happening to me. And yeah, the for some reason or another, it seems like these plants are legitimately just either wilting away or folding up into themselves and ripping themselves apart, depending on what plant you're encountering, what plant you're seeing. And they're usually ones that come into direct contact with the red mist. From what you can tell, based on the boar, based on these plants, they are what would be the equivalent for a plant getting so angry that they are actually killing themselves. As you guys are moving forwards, you do still have a fairly good grip on where the mist is going. You are 100% leaving your companions behind, trying to keep pace with this mist. So the question I have for you is, are you going to keep following it, just like keep pushing forwards as far as forwards as you can to be able to get in contact with this mist, or are you going to wait for your companions or try to find ways to speed up their movement?
I think Sapphire would definitely keep tracking it.
Mm-hmm.
But like leaving markers
Okay. Okay.
a portrayal
All
for
right.
Cyril and Galman.
So yeah, Cyril and Galmar, as you guys are moving further, you cannot see Sapphire anymore. She's completely disappeared for you. You are seeing markers. I assume. Are you slashing some trees? Are you placing down something? What are you using for markers?
Yeah, I think I'd probably be marking the tree with some sort of something.
Okay. We'll say you're probably like pulling out a dagger and like slashing like a direction to a tree or something while following it. So you two are able to find these relatively easily as she is making them very obvious for you guys to follow. But Sapphire has completely disappeared, both from line of sight, you can't even hear her anymore. But you guys do see the markers.
Crap. Yeah, we're just like muttering under the, oh crap.
What?
Just staring between Cyril and the trailhead. I realize this is a trying time, but we probably want to pick up the pace a bit. Maybe before we leave Sapphire, or all together.
I think we're going about as fast as we can, and she is leaving marks behind, I believe, right? These are her marks.
I suppose, but fair enough.
I will certainly try.
Let's not fall too much further behind if we can help it.
Alrighty. You guys start pushing forwards. You're not making great headway. It is a slow, steady, and infuriating process. Thankfully, you two have more constitution than God himself at this point. So it's not a matter of will you get tired before you get there. It's how long will it take to get there.
At this point, I'm more than happy to just grab my hand axe and actually start or try and help Carvel the way in, if that would speed us up a little bit.
Yeah. Honestly, your great axe is A, sharp enough, and B, large enough that it literally cleaves a sloth for you. It's namely
it was that easy, Sin.
with
My great
your
axe is in maintenance. I don't have it on me.
Oh yeah. Oh god, do you not have your great axe on you?
You have two great axes.
One of them I used to melt it down to make your armor, and the other one's currently in maintenance to receive modifications from the door.
Oh yeah. I forgot about that.
Wait, what have you been swinging this whole time?
I made 3 hand axes as backup weapons.
Yeah.
I was originally planning to do that anyway, just simply so I have something I can throw. But it's just like, great axes in maintenance right now. I actually do need a backup tool.
I love that. All right.
Sin's voice right now is Sin being like, I accounted for you having the axe. Now I have to change things because I forgot you did not have it.
Just like, whoops, oh well. Alright. But yeah, the hand axes work not as well as your gray axe would for obvious reasons, but you are incredibly proficient with your hand axes. Unfortunately, your hand axes really only make a trail large enough for you. Cyril is still significantly broader than you are, so his pretty much you're having to slide into a 1x1 thing with you slashing forwards constantly, and Cyril hacking to make it wider for himself, essentially. Is kind of making it faster.
A little bit easier, though.
Yeah, is making it slightly faster since you're not having to essentially cut 2 different paths. But yeah, you guys are absolutely heading on forwards. As you guys are doing so, we're going to cut back to Sapphire here for a second. It's a couple hours later. You are decidedly further than your companions. God damn it. Is my fucking internet being a dick again? Okay, am I back? Hello? Okay, I'm back again, it looks like. Hello?
Hey, you've been back as far as I can tell. I didn't see anything cut out.
I had a minor drop and I'm like, fuck. Okay. But yeah, so moving over to Sapphire, you are significantly further than your companions are. You're not entirely sure how far back they are. Given their speed and their size versus yours, you would probably say maybe half an hour behind you. You've made considerable distance on them, and it's you're still barely holding on to the mist. Even with your increased speed, even with how far you've gotten ahead of your companions, this mist is almost, it feels almost like it's actively trying to get rid of you, like it's trying to shake you off of its tail. But unfortunately, this is your territory. This is what you are good at. This is literally what you're trained to do. So even with it actively trying to get rid of you, it doesn't seem like it's physically capable of doing so. So several hours later, and you get a thing in your head from Ania. Ania, if you want to say it.
Sure. 1 second. Let me find it again.
Boar's corpse was still cursed. Dealt with it, was making people angry. Please be careful, can affect people. Tell the others, Cyril easily affected.
And you hear that in your head as you're tracking this mist. You have no idea how much further this mist is going to be making you go. The forest is changing as you are moving further and further in. It almost feels like, not necessarily the forest is getting angry, but it does feel like the mist is having an effect on things around you. You're definitely getting like minor annoyances. Even you have like minor moments of tripping, for example. It's incredibly subtle, and it's something that you are easily able to overcome and speed past, but it's definitely something that you are noticing after a certain point. What was your plan at the moment? Sapphire?
I think I'm gonna relay the message to Gelmar, since
Hmm?
I'm just gonna assume Cyril's already affected.
Okay.
I mean, probably did hear him grumbling.
Wounded.
Nope, I think stream's lagging.
Son of a bitch.
No, I think it fixed.
Going to suplex
Yeah,
this
so I'm
internet.
just assuming Cyril's already affected, so I'm just letting Gelmar know to be on his guard.
Alright. So you head on forwards.
And then I'm just gonna keep following the mist.
Alright. You're able to keep following it, and it's a steady movement forwards. Is decidedly more irritating. You're actually starting to get like oh my fucking god, the internet, please. Please.
I will actually send a message back, actually.
I'm a suplex. I swear to god.
Is there anything you can shut off? Like, any browsers, Steam, maybe?
My Steam isn't doing anything at the moment, so nothing I can really do. I can try reconnecting to my internet real quick.
You're not
Okay.
one of those people that's got like 800 tabs open, do you?
No, I have like 4. I have the least amount of tabs, like 90% of my friends. Hi, Ald.
Leave me alone.
Alright, hold on just a moment, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to try to reconnect my internet just for a second. So we'll see if this works or if it decides to kill things. So on just one moment. Yada-da. Okay, am I back? Hello?
Hello?
Am I reconnected?
I can hear you.
Okay. Cool.
Didn't even see you disconnect.
Yeah, me
There we go.
disconnecting and reconnecting. If I do it fast enough without things being weird, then potentially it can help, and potentially it can screw things over. So hopefully it worked out better this way. Okay. So yeah, again, folks, if let me just repost this real quick. Hopefully that's the last of it being an annoying dick today. If it isn't, well, fuck me, I guess. But oh well. But yeah, so you are moving steadily through the area. As the area is, as you are pressing on through it, even you are starting to get annoyed at the constant minor irritations. You're used to struggling through a forest to some degree, but especially as you are going through it, it's getting way more annoying, way more difficult, way tougher to push your way through. As you send the message back to Gelmar and Cyril, your pace has also slowed down a bit, because you both can feel like this forest is almost actively trying to prevent you from going forwards. Thankfully, Gelmar, you barely noticed from how hard you are just swinging through. But even your hand axes, the blade of it is starting to get ever so slightly dulled from how you're hitting, how like when you swing sometimes it slides off to the side, things like that. Very minor annoyances, very minor irritations, but they are building constantly, especially over hours and hours. Cyril, those same irritations you had earlier starting to come back in fucking force. You swear, you would bet on your goddamn last dime that this forest is actively trying to kick the shit out of you. Whatever is in this forest hates you. And Gelmar, you do get the information from Sapphire through her sending stone that, relaying the message essentially that very likely Cyril is potentially already affected by this, and that the wrath is essentially affecting things. Looking back, Cyril, from what you can tell of his body language, is pissed off. But he already was, so...
You said that this is around when I received Sapphire's message?
Yeah.
I'm going to send back seems like it. I'm going to try and see if I can I'm going to try and see if I can keep him on the up and up before it gets too deep. I'm sorry. I have not spoken to enough people in too long. I'm having difficulty talking.
So you send that reply. You can hear Cyril getting, more irritated.
Like grumbling.
Yeah.
I have to delete him to the child. I have to delete him to the child to say, "Want to play a game?"
Even you are, starting to have some difficulty with this forest, too. Even you are feeling not quite the same as Cyril of, oh, the forest is out to get me, but you can definitely feel there's a distinct difference between now 6 hours later and when you guys started. But I would assume that you're more thinking of, you're starting to get tired more than Cyril, this forest fucking hates me. How do you two react to this?
So do you actually ask me, do you want to play a game?
Part of me wants to say yes, but at the same time, it's I also would need something to actually suggest if I'm going to do that. And it would definitely also slow us down even more, which probably would add to the frustration.
Mm-hmm.
Everything is fine. We'll make it to our destination. And we'll finally get to earn that rest big time.
You know what the last thing anyone wants to hear in the middle of something fucking awful is that everything is fine. Everything will be fine. What, are you going to tell me to calm down next? Is that what you're going to say?
He looks like he was about to say yes, but finger up is just or puts it into his face. I see your point. Still, sounds like whatever it is, is trying to get into our head in its own way. I don't see any other way out of this than to try and find something to do to take our minds off of the irritation.
At the mention of something's trying to get into mid-swing, and I look at him. Explain.
I just received a message from Sapphire. Seems that while the boar that we took down was in fact killed, it seems some level of influence remained. It's causing irritation, or they said it was causing irritation in Aldith, and it sounds like she suspects it's going to be hitting us hard as well. I would not be surprised if a lot of this is from its influence. If this is what the boar can do, I would imagine the actual source is going to be far stronger.
I'm gonna take a second. I'm just gonna take a really long, deep breath. So we know this thing is trying to get into our heads.
Under our skin, at the very least. Is how the humans say it, isn't it?
I think so. It is. I think this is actually a good sign.
Means we're getting closer, I suppose, is one way to look at it.
Right? It wouldn't be. It wouldn't be doing this if we weren't on the right path.
You don't think it's afraid of us in some manner of speaking?
I don't know if it can feel fear.
I mean, if it's not at least wary of us, it probably wouldn't even bother or trying to push this hard to get us to leave.
Why would it want us to leave?
Well, it very clearly doesn't want us to reach it.
No,
Else it wouldn't be putting up this much effort.
Think about it. It's trying to get into our heads the same way it got into the boar's head. It's not looking for us to leave.
He plays
wants
Galmar
more.
plays. Sorry, carry on.
It wants more influence. It wants more. It wants more like them. So we must be getting close.
So, what should we do? Laugh in the face of the absurd? And I mean that literally.
I think we should. I think maintain focus. And don't know, but we must keep going. We must keep ourselves at least at pace, so that we don't fall too much further behind Sapphire. I know she's smart enough not to take anything on by herself, but would rather at least be close by enough where we could get to her to help her.
Agreed.
If we do come across this, thing, I think you and I might be able to do something that my captain used to bring me along for in certain battles. He had a funny name for it. He called it the Wham Bam Shangalang.
Ooh, sounds fun. Do tell. He says to the grin appearing on his face.
It required that it worked best between the two of us because you know how I can jump around on the field.
Yes.
He could do that too. We were both of the same oath. The idea is to continue to move and strike, but in close quarters with the target. So if there is a single target that we can get our hands on, then we have to maintain moving and trading blows, one after each other, if you catch my drift.
I think I am beginning to understand the basics.
We keep it.
Still feels
We
like
keep
there's
it
more
off
to
of
it
its.
than that.
We keep it on the back foot by keeping it unable to focus.
I might just have a rune for that, he says, giving you a look and a grin.
Good. Very good. Now, I think the best course of action knowing what has happened changes everything right now. I think the best course of action is to have some form of ridiculous conversation.
Do you have anything in mind?
Well, regarding celebrating Aldith's hunt and the emotion that we keep moving forward, following Sapphire's markers.
I might be able to help with this as well.
You see, I don't know if we should celebrate the way that my people always celebrated. It didn't. Let's just say there was always a mess.
Sorry, I didn't quite catch that word. That last word. What was that?
Let's just say there was always a mess at the end.
Like a birthday party?
It started with mushrooms and it ended with everybody.
I think you might have vaguely mentioned this in the past.
Right? Yes. So we need to, maybe we should try to figure out different ways of celebrating that don't involve mind-altering drugs.
Yes, but what do we start with?
Well, track again and trying keeping pace and keeping enough of a path. Well, how do dragons settle?
Places a claw to his face. There's usually a lot of elemental breath, and generally a fair few. I really wish I would have thought about this before we got to this discussion.
Improvise. It's practice. Good practice.
First thing off the top of your head.
We frequently do with ambush games.
Go on.
It's kind of like that children's game, hide and seek, except if the hiders are actively trying to catch the seeker by surprise. Hide in the location, let the seeker try and detect you before you've pinned them, in a manner of speaking.
That could be fun.
Yes.
Oh.
Lost track of how many times folks have tried, or our nestlings have hidden underneath the piles of treasure or whatever else is hidden in the hoard. Though most of the games are played out in the environment around us. Though I think you can take a guess as to how well the deep snow assisted in keeping those of silver scales hidden.
On, folks. My internet is being weird again real quick. Or at least my OBS connection is.
Let us know when you're back.
Yep. Don't know why it's having such an issue as of late. It might be our router. I've been debating that it being our router for a little while now. It's been very annoying, but this one might be OBS's issue specifically, which is
Hey Sam, who's
slightly
your service
infuriating,
provider?
actually. But my Discord is doing perfect, which means it's probably my OBS at the moment having some struggles.
Are they a local provider, like they exist within the town?
I assume so. I haven't asked my mother about it just recently. There we go. Okay,
I
we
was
are
just
back.
thinking we've been having the occasional connection issue over the past several days as well. I was wondering if the company you might be having some issues on their end at this point.
That could be it, because it's definitely a Wi-Fi issue, because Colty's not having any issues. At least I believe Colty's not having
Well, I
any
mean,
issues.
she's connected to the exact same router. It's a lot more of a direct connection for you.
Yeah. Have you been having any issues, Colty? Because you're Ethernet connected, right?
Not really. Not
Okay,
since that one blip like a week ago.
Yeah. So it's definitely Wi-Fi being bitch. That's okay. Hello and welcome. Thank you all for dealing with the irritation of the internet being a bitch, or at least my connection being a bitch. Who knows? Might even be my computer's Wi-Fi thingy. I don't know. I'll figure out something at some point, or we'll deal with it. Something like that. Anyways, continue, Gummer. Ambush hunting.
I suspect we could probably pull something else like that off at the even just at the cottage. I'd imagine, and if you piled up the leaves high enough, it could just as easily be a good hiding place. And imagine there's a lot of good locations to be hiding in the surrounding area of the roadways as well. Good barrel to hide in. Tiny alleyway. Maybe even behind a tree or in the warehouse or something like that. It could be fun to try out.
We could always see if the orcs would want to celebrate.
Ooh, now that would be fun too.
Right? An orc? There's no party like an orc.
Oh, if it's anything like my drinking buddies, yeah, that would be a blast.
Think your drinking buddies, but it's all the people. They party.
Ooh, yes.
While you guys are talking about some of the silliest fucking party talking as you guys are moving through, the irritations.
Living in the face of the absurd.
The irritation of the forest kind of just like blends into the background as you guys are moving forward. Every time a minor inconvenience trips you up or you bashes your head into a wall or something of that sort, you guys just start talking about, like, you know, last time you guys got horribly blackout drunk and some of the weird memories you guys have or some of the stories you guys have, something of that sort. And it makes the journey not necessarily go faster, but it's definitely a lot smoother. Oh my god.
Pain specific, I imagine it would be Gelmar fixing stuff.
Alright, maybe.
Yes.
Maybe
Just
it's
an
back to
animation.
normal.
Yay!
Okay.
Heck
Potentially.
yeah.
Hopefully. Possibly.
It looks like the animation on the stream looks like it's moving smoothly, so I'm going to assume you're healthy at the moment.
Okay. Okay.
And that's
I
saying something, considering my variation of the stream almost always has some level of an issue.
Yeah.
Usually lag based, but you know.
Had to do a little bit of manipulation to make it work, and potentially it's just don't work for 20 minutes, but we'll see what happens. I now gotta get back into my game. Thank you all for bearing with me so far. This is very annoying, but eventually I will fix it, potentially, maybe. As I said earlier, if you guys have a significant amount of delay, feel free to refresh or change the quality. Usually once it does that, like, disconnection screen, usually sends you back to the most up-to-date no delay as possible, but sometimes it doesn't. So if you have any major delay, feel free to work back through that. Alright, hopefully that is going to be the last of our fucking boar problems today. So it was good time to pull out the boar irritations. Apparently, the world wanted to really ensure that we felt that minor irritations throughout the time. So at least we know how you guys feel in this exact moment. It's pure pain and suffering.
Hey Sin, I'm certain that the answer is no, but would I be able to use this as an opportunity to try and start teaching Cyril the feat mobile? Because it actually does have a feature that's useful for moving through rougher terrain.
So to teach him that, you do have to slow down, is the problem.
That's fair.
Yeah, because so teaching him is very different from him just watching and following, essentially. Teaching him, you have to be very actively showing him the bits and pieces, which normally is not much of an issue. But considering you guys are trying to stay on pace, that's very difficult to do both. Yeah, so you are able to teach him, but you will have to slow down.
Now. Probably not right now.
So yeah, it's entirely up to you if you want to slow down or if you want to keep going at the same pace you have been. Is the I suppose qualifier at that point.
I think since we're already using mental tricks to try and ignore the insidious irritation, I think we're probably best off carrying on, because realistically speaking, even if I succeed, which we won't, because the teaching in the feat trick requiring several pips and several sessions, even if I succeed, we are not completing that training today.
Yeah. But yeah, so you guys are...
Because Gelmar did also bring something else up. Did he finish getting all the pips for the parry and riposte that I was trying to teach them?
I think you guys are one or two away.
According to my notes, I am 1 pip away from learning your variation of riposte.
Very close to it. But yeah, so you guys are...
See me do it a few times in this next combat.
Potentially. Yeah.
We'll find out.
Alright, but yeah, so you guys are hanging through. We're going to look over at Sapphire real quick, because hopefully my internet lets me. Like 20 minutes of me trying to move over to Sapphire. The world is just like, how about no? Alright, so, Sapphire. You are moving and grooving on through. This is about another hour or so in, so your companions are 45 minutes to an hour behind you at this point. You guys are still making steadily progress, but you are increasing the gap dramatically upon them. The whole last hour of you going through this forest has been just a sheer testament to patience, essentially. Whatever is in this forest, and it must be wrath or something, is absolutely starting to get to you. Even with how often you've gone into forest, even with years of patient hunting deers and elk and other big games, and having to wait for literal hours in one position in cramped positions, having to deal with irritations and minor inconveniences. This is still somehow one of the most irritating positions that you've had to get through in your life. You've even resorted to pulling out like your swords and like hacking to get through very specific sections that are so dense that it's damn near impossible for you to move through them. And that is not something you really had to do in the past. Whoever is in this forest legitimately feels like he is fighting every fiber of your way to get through. But you are managing to keep on constant and very consistent pace with the red mist. You lose it every now and again, but you always pick it back up. You push further into this forest, And at this point, it has truly stopped behaving like a forest in any familiar sense to. The trees around you do not open up into some kind of clearing like you would expect after this far. Instead, they have become significantly denser in many places, and weirdly enough, absent in some of the other spots. It's almost like weird dots of dense trees to small, like, brush. It forms uneven clusters, it's tangled corridors of trunks and roots, and it feels like you're moving less into open space and more like you're moving through layers of forest that have folded over each other in damn near unnatural ways. The canopy above you is incredibly thick, but every now and again there's broken sections. They are like in narrow shafts of light that just don't seem to line up with the ground properly. Everything about this feels so weird compared to what a normal forest usually does. As you've gone deeper and deeper into this forest out of the last several hours, the ground begins to slope downwards. It's very subtle at first. You almost miss it after before it gets to a certain point, but after a while, it has become exceptionally clear that you're no longer on level terrain. The trees around you don't match their heights. Some are leaning inward, some are leaning outward, some are growing like stick straight, some are like weeping willow almost. Several of them look almost like they've grown around something that just isn't there anymore for no reason. The roots are exposed in places, they're twisted, they're half buried. It's as if the earth itself has shifted and resettled more than once over a long period of time here. The air has changed, but it's difficult for you to explain how. It still smells like the forest, obviously. It's damp earth, wood, old leaves, something that is familiar and kind. But there's something else underneath it. Something that leaves a bad taste in your mouth. It is metallic, it is faint. It almost feels like the memory of blood more than the scent of it. It almost as if you just killed someone and, like, it got on your face or something, you didn't clean off for like, I don't know, a day or two. It's there, but it's not there. It comes and goes in small waves. It never quite settles in something you can fully focus on. It's almost like the blood has stained your sword, but you've washed it 1,000 times, but you can still almost see it. It's always noticeable, but the moment that you really try looking at it, it's just gone. You've pretty much lost the red mist at this point. You don't see it anymore. However, you are noticing kind of what you did with the leaves before. It feels and seems almost like the red mist has settled in this area. Leaves are hanging still even with a breeze that is pushing through them. There are small bits of debris around you that just aren't settling in a way that you would expect it to in any way, shape, or form. The trees here do not form any natural boundary or ring. They're uneven, they're leaning away from the center at strange angles. Some are snapped partway up and still standing. Others are half buried and twisted and broken in ways that definitely don't look natural. Doesn't look like they were naturally damaged by anything, like lightning or other trees or animals fighting. They just look damaged. But here, as you are finally getting and crossing a few tree trunks and hopping over the areas, you see that the ground slopes quite harshly. As you look down, probably about 10-15 feet or so down into the sloped area, you can see at the lowest point, the soil has changed significantly. It's harder, compacted, and it's fractured in long lines that don't seem to radiate from a single obvious impact point, except for one single thing that sits in the middle of this sloped down, busted up, dirty, hard region, is what seems to be... It's hard to say. It's almost like a broken convergence of stone-like growths. It's almost like petrified tree roots and hardened earth that is fused together in some kind of uneven, strange layer. This looks almost like something that was destroyed in one moment, and repeatedly strained over and over again, like something was pressing against this, rolled over it, and the ground itself is struggling to explain what's going on. These are fused in uneven layers that just don't form a clear shape. It rises from multiple points. This weird, almost petrified tree growths have so many roots that are sticking into the ground and coming out of the ground that it's as if whoever formed here couldn't decide where it was supposed to be anchored. As you look closer at this, you can see this red mist. It's not swirling, it's not drifting, it's not hovering around this. It's inside of it. Is threading through these cracks, is seeping through these gaps, is gathering in places where this structure, if you can even call it that, is weakest. Is pulsing faintly in slow, uneven rhythms that just don't quite line up with anything you've ever seen. It's not like blood, where it has a constant and almost repetitious motion. This just seems weird. As you kind of get closer a little bit, as you kind of like look around, you know, obviously, I'm assuming you're not stepping into the sloped area. You're kind of looking at, and there's a strange sensation that starts to pile up the closer you get to it. And as you stop and look around, it's not pressure, it's not sound, it's not magic that you can tell in any obvious sense, but you get the feeling in deep in your soul that whatever is here is watching you. It's not active, it's not aggressive for sure, it's just aware that you are here. You are staring at something that, to the best of your ability to tell, is something that is in the middle of becoming something else. And you're standing kind of at the edge of this sloped area, staring at this. What would you like to do?
Get closer.
Fair enough. You start making your way down this sloped kind of dirt area. As you do, like, that presence starts to get a little bit stronger. You can tell that something is watching you. Whether or not it's this weird twisted mass of almost petrified tree roots, or whether it's something else that is in the distance watching, you're not 100% sure. But as you start moving your way down, and you start getting closer to it, that pressure sits on your shoulders like a living being. You can't even see Bill anymore. Bill has been around for most of the journey so far, especially through the area. He hasn't said much, and he's kept pace with you, but he's no longer around you. The lack of his presence is almost unsettling after the last few hours of him just being there. He hasn't talked any. He hasn't even said a single word since you've gone into this forest. But he's not there anymore. He's not a different creature. He's not a different version of himself. He's just gone. As you walk up to this thing, and you can see this red mist pulsating inside of the cracks, and you can see that it's almost like blood, but it has no flow to it. There's no rhythm, there's no rhyme, there's no life quality to it. It's almost like it's random movements. It's almost like it's unfocused, like it's trying desperately to get somewhere, but doesn't know where to go. You're probably about 5 or so feet away from this thing. It's around 7 or 8 feet tall, I would say. And you cannot describe it. This is such a mix of everything that is dirt and tree and stone and wood and all that other fun stuff that you just... It's layered on top of each other, and you cannot physically describe it. It makes no sense to your brain. What are you doing as you look at it?
All I can imagine is Sapphire acting like Aurora with the spinning wheel, the spindle. That's all I can see right now. Is just Sapphire is just can't resist herself from touching it.
Oh boy.
That is in character. Oh no.
Feel free to roll me a wisdom saving throw. As you reach out and like you feel some kind of connection. You're not really sure what this connection is, but you feel something. As you reach out and your fingers gently touch it. It's undescribable, the feeling that you have when you put your hands on it. Oh boy. All right. Okay, so as a 7. Oof. Okay. Had to think about this for a second. Okay. So you put your fingers on it. And it is both warm and cold at the same time. This is one of like the strangest sensations you ever had, because it is, when you touch it, it's almost like touching something that is frozen. You can distinctly feel the sheer quantity of cold that runs through your body the moment that you interact with it. Every hair on your arms and your back just kind of like shoot upwards is so cold that your entire body like locks up momentarily as you are desperately trying to hold yourself in place with every muscle in your body locking up. And then you feel excessive heat. It feels like practically like the sun itself is sitting like a foot away from you, as it almost feels like your body just lights on fire for a second as this heat courses through your veins, courses through your body. You feel the epitome of true anger rising through you. You feel like as if the anger of an entire city sits on your back. You feel your heart rate rising, and then the sheer anger feels like it's flowing through your eyes before it settles. And you feel, the only way I can describe it is cold, unbridled fury. You feel the idea of revenge is a dish best served cold as your entire embodiment of feeling. You feel like ice, like your soul was just stopped, like your heart itself was just turned into an ice cube, as the only thing that can possibly go through your mind here is sheer and utter hate before it settles out of you. And you have no idea where to point that anger, where to point this hatred that you are suddenly filled with. And as soon as it goes through your body, it pulls out of you and directly back into this weird monument of hate. Your entire mind is reeling as you pull your hand back, as you have no idea what to think about at the moment. Your brain doesn't know how to comprehend this information, as like your eyes kind of like swirl around a little bit. Roll me a Constitution saving throw real quick. You are trying desperately to stay on your feet, to make some kind of sense about what your entire body just went through. Your heart rate has practically doubled, but then it settled, almost halved. You're desperately trying to come to terms with this. And you kind of do. You can't think for a moment. There's nothing that you can hear in your ears aside from the rush of blood that is flowing through you. You can hear every insect that is buzzing around you. You can hear every movement that your body makes. You can almost hear your bones grinding against each other as you step back just a moment. and you can feel this monument watching you. And the only thing that you can hear in your head before you black out is, why don't you hate? And then you black out completely. As we walk over to Cyril and actually we're gonna walk over to the other group real quick.
Yeah, they haven't gotten much action this episode.
I think at the
a lot
first
in the
hour.
early game.
Yeah. You guys are. It's relatively a pleasant journey at this point, comparative to how it was.
We're just chilling.
Yeah, honestly.
Yeah.
The cart hasn't really had much issues, especially with you guys kind of being more aware of everything. Aldith is kind of sitting with her anger a little bit, kind of like letting it seethe and letting it bubble, but it's her usual anger rather than her enhanced. So the next couple, like an hour or two, you guys are able to get the cart over to the circle. You were
Just play
correct.
card games while we're
Yeah.
going. I spy with my little eye.
This is green. Is it the grass? No. Is it the tree? No. Is it the other grass? Yeah.
Cloak.
Dakota's
Nice
eye
cloak.
spy is so far away because Dakota's the only one that can see that far away.
Yes, exactly.
2 miles down the road.
This
I
is-
see a bug.
It was the butterfly. But what? You didn't see the butterfly?
Oh, what? The what?
What?
And
Bet
this
you
is
guys-
the ethereal.
You guys get to the circle, and you were correct. They do have a couple of ways of dealing with a boar like this, namely in suppressing whatever magic that it's using. They have a couple of ways doing it. It's a little bit taxing, but is what is. They also have a couple of ways to keep it more or less fresh, in order for someone to come and pick it up. Namely, what did I call her? I think I called her Big Mama before. Did I call her Big Mama in this one?
Was it Bertha?
Big Bertha, yeah.
Big
So
Bertha.
for Big Bertha to come and take it at some point in the future. So they relieve it from your guys' carriage. It takes probably about half an hour for them to actually get it out of your carriage, considering the not only density but just how heavy you guys packed in there. And they were put into a little area to the side. They were able to grow basically a small hut that they are able to put into and keep as storage for the most part. And they assured you guys that they have the ability to prevent it from, I suppose the word would be like, making any of them angry.
Corrupting.
Yeah, corrupting. Thank you.
Okay. Would it be able to, if Bertha does pick it up on her own, will they be able to deactivate it? Or just contain it?
It will definitely take them like a day or two, but they are able to cleanse it, basically.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. It's definitely like a lot higher like magic than you're used to, especially you're used to seeing. Is this like, especially the leader of your circle, has like very powerful magic. And even this, like if she says they'll take her a day or two to do it, that's like crazy.
Are they impressed? Are they impressed?
They're very impressed by you managing to take down something
Yay.
of this size. Like this is a feat of incredible nature that most of them probably couldn't handle on their own. But they were able to cleanse it essentially within the next couple of days to a week or so.
Ania would give a general report about the location and report that there was some sort of fight with another creature there, and once things calm down, they probably need to do a double check to make sure it is cleansed, for the forest's sake and all.
Yeah.
She also asks for some sort of drink or potion or even spell that will help them if they cannot get rest on the journey back when they regroup with their party. Basically anything to counteract exhaustion levels or recover spell slots.
I would say they don't have anything for general exhaustion, but they would give I think just you. I don't remember how much the rest of you did. Dakota, do you remember how many spell points you have left?
I don't think I'm still at max.
I don't think
I know
you
you
used
used
any.
Hex.
No.
Oh yeah, you used Hex, yeah.
Did I did. I might have. It's been really hard since they took away my thing that would let me keep track of my spell points properly.
Yeah, I can attempt to re-add it.
And I think Aldith used all her smite.
Oh yeah, yeah. All
Yup.
that has no smite. I think she has most of her spell slots, so they would give you. It's a relatively rare potion. You're not entirely sure where the ingredients for this even would come from, but it's like the leader in the campaign like gives you a small bottle, and essentially tells you that when you drink this, it will give you all of your effectively mechanically it'll give you all of your spell slots back. You will basically take 2 levels of exhaustion once it wears off.
Got it.
Yeah,
Okay,
it's
so
like
she's gonna keep it but not use it.
yeah, it's like you take this, you will get your shit back, you will feel like death afterwards. But it will last for quite a little while, probably an hour or 2, before the exhaustion really kicks you in the stomach. But it'll bring you back up to fighting strength, basically.
Cool.
Yeah.
She will try to sleep in the now emptier and less bumpy cart on the way back.
Alrighty.
As long as Aldith and Dakota will allow it.
Aldith to go.
Alda's not stopping her from doing nothing.
Not to be the meta
Please.
pigeon or anything, but do you guys even need the cart?
Technically you
To sleep
don't,
in.
but you are bringing it.
Does it slow us down?
Not particularly. You have 2 elk and a
Puppy
giant puppy
still.
pushing it, so.
Plus the horse.
Plus the
And the horse, yeah. I assumed Aldith would be sitting on the horse.
Yeah.
The horses are probably much happier now that the cart's mostly empty.
Oh yeah, yeah. No, to them this is like dragging lightweight at this point because there's nothing in the cart. So yeah, it actually does make your time slightly faster. Mostly because you don't have to worry about your own tiredness, and your horse and your elk and Bubbles specifically, they don't really ever get tired. Like they do, but it takes a lot to force them to get tired. The last, obviously, 8 or so hours really kind of strained them a little bit, but this is lightweight to them. So they'll get rest when they need it.
Bubbles gets a treat.
Yeah.
She'll like make sure Bubbles gets like if the druid have any like spare piece of meat, or maybe just grab a piece from the board.
It grabs a femur.
then-
Here you go, buddy.
Yeah, Bubbles gets a treat.
Bubbles is very happy. But yeah, they're able to make good time, especially since I assume you basically impart like quickly to your animals. So they are able to sail basically a distance. It would take them roughly, actually going significantly faster, it would take them roughly 5 hours to get back to where you guys were. And then you guys have the massive forest to deal with.
Oh, you won't be able to get through that with the cart.
Yeah. So you guys get back to essentially where you guys were. Roughly 5 hours have passed. So I'll say that you are still resting, Ania, for most of the walk forwards. Mechanically, you're going to get your spell slots back. You'll take a long rest. But thematically, you are like not sleeping per se, but you are slowly moving, essentially. Trying to
Do I get
rest your body.
like all my spell slots?
I'll give you a long
I'd
rest.
be
yeah.
happy with even. Okay, cool. Okay.
Because you are essentially like thematically slowing yourself down here to try to get your body to get fully rested. Yes. But yeah, so you guys get to the forest where you guys saw the rest of your crew kind of go into you. This is where you guys parted ways. It's been about 6 hours since for you guys as players. It's been about 6 hours since Sapphire passed out. You guys, of course, don't know this in character, but that's about the timeline that you guys are going here. So you guys see the forest. How are you dealing with it?
There's no way we can take the cart, right?
No. Even the entrance of this like dense forest bit, your cart is not going to fit through there. And as you guys like look further and further in, it gets like dense. Even Bubbles has to move back to his original form or his tiny form to be able to get in there.
Neil talk. Yeah.
I can locate creature on one of the party members, but it's a limited range. I don't think we'll be close enough at this point. And I can only hold the spell for an hour.
Would there be any, like, tracks from them?
You definitely see the beginnings of tracks from Cyril and Gelmar. It's not super obvious here because obviously it's not super dense, so they kind of just like ran forwards. But you can definitely see like where their footprints were, and as specifically Dakota can see further in, there's definitely a point where Cyril and Gelmar start hacking.
Okay.
And in terms of whether or not Dakota and Aldith got their spell slots back, Dakota, I assume you were pretty much like aiming the cart for most of the way.
Yeah, pretty much.
And Aldith, I don't know how if you were able to get any form of rest.
Give her a few smites.
I would say, Aldith, you have one
smites.
smite at your disposal. At your disposal?
Yay!
Disposal.
Smite.
Woo.
And Dakota,
smite.
I would say, I don't actually know if you took damage. Did you? I don't think you did,
No,
actually.
I don't think Dakota did.
No, 'cause
Yeah.
it was far away.
I would say
Slightly
you,
on that.
for the sake of this, I'll say that Dakota has all their spell points back, because they basically had all them back, and Warlocks work off of short rests anyways, so.
Yeah.
I could have sworn that the only one who took a hit was Gelmar through that encounter.
Pretty sure, yeah. Aldith got thrown, but Aldith also hurt herself.
Was it?
Yeah. Aldith had half of her health left by the end of that. I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, Aldith kind of fucked up her own legs as she hit that board.
Listen, it's fine. She's almost at max. She's 1 point away from max now. We're good. We're good. We chilling.
But yeah, you guys, especially Dakota, sees as you look further on, there is a path that Cyril and Gelmar had literally sliced through the area.
Checking something.
Mm-hmm.
Darn. Locate creature's not a ritual. I can't just keep it up. That would be really good. Neither is plant growth.
So, like, do we have to, like, hack through anything? Or is it, like, mostly hacked through to the point where we can, like, shimmy our way through?
Considering the size of Cyril and Gelmar, you can
say,
basically just run down that path.
I was gonna say, ignoring Dakota, Gelmar and Cyril are the two largest party members, so if they're making room that they can fit, I'm pretty sure the rest of you can get in pretty easily.
Listen,
Yeah.
I had to make sure it didn't regrow or something. You know, you never know what DM can pull out of his pocket.
I could, yeah.
Especially considering the madness we're dealing with here, fair enough.
Exactly.
So you
and
guys
Aldith still doesn't have anything.
Yeah. So you guys just, I mean, you actually, yeah, you're back to where your stuff is at this point. If you want to put back on your armor.
Oh, I thought it was on the cart. Did we leave the stuff here to take the
Cyril
spare boar on
ripped
the
out
cart?
everything in the cart and threw on the ground to get the boar in there. So you guys are now back to where all of your stuff is.
Oh, okay.
I feel like I kept most of my relevant stuff, right? Unless, I mean, I might have taken off the brace that Elmer gave me.
I'm pretty sure you have
going...
Yeah.
Ania's gonna ask Aldith to help her put on her scorpion armor before they go.
Oh.
Aldith will feel completely honored.
Yay!
She'll like give a little smile. Like the anger sort of subsided at that.
Yeah, Ania would be very sheepish because she wants to ask Aldith instead of Dakota because Aldith wears armor, but she's also like, Aldith's gonna be mad at me.
Before Aldith says yes, quick clarification question: didn't I leave my stuff back in Haven?
I think Cyril brought your stuff in the cart.
Did he anyway? Okay.
Yeah. I
Okay,
believe...
then
Confirm, deny.
Yeah, Cyril confirm, deny.
You mute, Cyril.
I think Cyril tapped out for a second.
Oh, he's typing.
Cyril's dead.
Oh no!
Against your will, yes.
He just posted in the DC chat. I think he's away from computer.
Yeah, against your will, yes. He did bring your shit.
Against your will, yeah. Okay, great, fantastic. So then she would definitely help Ania first, and then she'd toss her shit on because she knows that this isn't gonna end well. She has a feeling this isn't gonna end well.
I love that she slightly miffed seeing her shit in the cart, just like, this bitch.
Oh yeah. She's like, are you fucking kidding me? You can't trust me for 5 seconds. Yeah.
This bitch.
She's still a little irritated. Yeah. She's like, the audacity. Men. Ugh.
But yeah, you're able to put back on all of your stuff, helping Nia with her scorpion armor. As it was last time, Ania, your scorpion armor almost feels like a second skin. The tail moves with your body and your intentions more than anything else. It really does feel like almost safe compared to a lot of like what you used to wear and other armor you've seen. Even Aldith, who like every now and again has to like shift and shake because like the armor sits weirdly or like is a little bit too heavy. Your armor just doesn't. It's so perfectly matched to your body.
Yay! And he's gonna practice using the tail as they're going down the path to move branches out of the way. He's gonna do some practicing.
It takes a little bit of practice to really get used to it because it's really weird to do. It doesn't require your body movement exactly. It requires extremely subtle movements because it seems to focus almost more on where you want it to go versus where you expect it to go. So you have to get used more to like thinking about where you want it to go rather than trying to account for how potentially heavy it is or the movement of it or anything like that. The first times you started doing it, you tried to get to go one place. Yeah, it would get tangled, or it like you tried to account for something that wasn't there and it went completely off base. A few things like that.
Yeah.
But after like about an hour or so of trying, it does really get into the swing of things, and it feels almost natural, especially since you do wild shape and you have used tails before. God fucking damn it. Stay.
Yeah, I saw that.
Okay.
Stay, internet. Stay.
Put both my hands around it, just like stay. Okay. But yeah, you have been animal formed before. You have transformed. You have done stuff like this before. Not quite a scorpion, but you get the general process, and as you do, it becomes natural to you. As you guys are essentially just beelining it through this entire area, Dakota is a little bit, hindered by the general area because Dakota is quite large, but Cyril is significantly broader. than Dakota is. So it's mostly Dakota's poncho that kind of struggles a little bit. But you guys beeline through it. We're going to move back over to Cyril and Gelmar. You guys are approaching this area. You don't hear anything aside from your general banter, aside from you guys clashing through, all that fun stuff.
And that's how we figured out the airspeed velocity of an unladen swallow.
Oh crud! Is the same for Robins and is the same for Robins and Jays as well?
They were too hard to catch.
Dang. We'll have to try that again. We'll have to try that experiment later.
God. As you guys are moving through the area, you finally cut through a significant quantity. You stumble upon the same kind of ground and the forest kind of overlapping onto itself, and the weird layered texture of the ground meets the wood and everything like that. As you guys are moving forwards, you guys also, about 5 or so minutes after that point, walk up and you see that slope as Sapphire did, and that same weird, undescribable monument, I suppose, that is in the middle of this. You also see Sapphire completely out cold, maybe 5 to 10 feet away from it.
I'm going to ignore the monolith and go check on Sapphire first.
There is no obvious damage to her that you can see. No blood, no damage. Doesn't look like there was a fight. It just looks like she fell backwards. She's still breathing.
I'm gonna roll her back up. I'm gonna roll her over onto her back and try and shake her awake.
There is no response.
That.
We don't see any tracks, right?
Nope. Just looks like she walked down here, and from what you can tell from the footprints, few there is, she got very close to it, took a step back, fell backwards. Hit the ground.
I'm gonna stare between the monolith and Cyril. Do you think this is related to it?
Don't see anything else.
Just looks down to his tool belt. I have a couple hammers.
Yeah, 1 second, I'm looking at something.
Okay, just was about to double check that I didn't lose connection or something.
Both of you also feel that presence hanging over your shoulders.
No, this face can't be healthy. I'm just going to try and carefully drag Sapphire further away from the monolith. Preferably like on the other side of a bush or something, just to put some sort of cover between her and that thing, whatever it is.
As you manage to get her up the slope, Sapphire, roll me a Constitution saving throw. Where are you saying, sir?
I was gonna say, while he does that, I'm gonna get a little closer. I'm gonna get a little closer to inspect the monolith.
Okay. Yeah, you move a little bit closer, and it's unpleasant to look at. With that 11, I'll say, Sapphire, as you move up the slope, and you open up your eyes and you stare at Gelmar. The first instinct that you have, the absolute first reaction that comes over your body, is a desperate desire to clock him as hard as you physically can. Whether you do that or not is entirely up to you, but that is your first reaction, is intense desire to just straight knock the shit out of them. Do you follow through on that desire, or do you hold yourself down?
I'd like to consider that Sapphire would be more vicious with it and like go for her dagger and straight for his throat or something.
Okay. Cool. So as you open up your eyes and you stare directly into Gelmar's, your immediate reaction is to just grab your dagger from your hilt. Gelmar, roll me a dexterity saving throw.
Ooh, I'm bad at these.
Sapphire is very fast, but you have not enough ability to tell.
Wasn't paying attention, was too focused on the bush.
Yeah, you kind of look at the bush for a second, you see her open her eyes, and the moment that like she's fully awake, the dagger comes out and she slams it like pretty much directly into like where your clavicle is, and the knife kind of like bounces against your scales, and you feel the tip of it like drag across your neck. For most individuals, this would just have sliced it open. For you, it's the screeching sounds of metal versus scale, but also like you can feel blood dripping down your throat now, but it wasn't at all like a deep cut or anything. It's barely superficial. Clearly,
like nicked it on the adamantine necklace.
Yeah, clearly the goal is to try to hit you, but clearly she's not super used to scaled creatures. So the blade barely does any harm to you. It hurts, as any wound to the neck does. But like you can see absolute fury radiating her eyes for a second before it just passes once more. And Sapphire, you're like wobbling a little bit still on the ground. You're now fully within control of yourself. And you see, like, blood dripping down Gelmar's neck.
I just imagine the strike happened so quick, he lets go in surprise and panic.
She's very fast.
Just flabbergasted feeling at his neck. Did you adopt it? Flabbergasted, stammering. Did you just... Why? It didn't claim you did it.
Might have been aware of what I did.
Yes. You would have been, like, your entire existence was dedicated in that exact moment to trying to kill him. But now that it's passed, like, you understand that you just did that. You're not entirely sure why. But it's weird. You do have the knife in your hand as well.
Okay. I think I would either drop the knife or put it away.
Mm-hmm.
And, do I have any spell slots?
Yes, you would have some spell slots.
Okay, I'm gonna cast Cure Wounds.
Okay. As you, like, reach out and, like, put your hand on his arm, like, you can feel the, I would say, like, probably blue magic, like, flowing up to his neck and curing it.
Okay. And while I'm doing that, I'm gonna apologize in some way. I'm not sure exactly what to say, though.
Mm-hmm.
What just happened? I guess this was the first time I've ever woken you up on accident before.
Music.
Figures they turn it on the moment I unmute the first time, and they turn it off the moment I mute. What the heck?
It felt weirdly fitting to the scene.
Just panicking.
It really did.
That someone just tried to stab him.
I'm not exactly sure how to explain what just happened. All I know is I'm sorry it happened.
Well, I suppose if you weren't sorry, you probably wouldn't have bothered healing. Are you... So you are under control of your mental faculties now? What happened?
I think I am. Well, I touched the monolith, and I can't really explain what happened.
He places a hand, was thinking about it. Give me a moment. He's going to grab his... He's going to grab the sledgehammer from his pack, and he's going to chuck it towards where Cyril is. Give the thing a good smash!
Oh boy.
As you turn around to throw it, you
No.
see me already reaching up to sort of like trace whatever's written into the monolith with my hand.
Do you touch it?
Yeah.
Alrighty.
There's nothing telling
boy.
me not to touch it right now. So
Oh, I love this.
Yeah,
I'm
dude.
trying to figure
It's
out. Like, I'm trying
intoxicating.
to,
You just have to touch it.
Roll me a wisdom saving throw, Cyril.
because I've been doing so well at those today.
I know, right?
This is what happens when Ania's not with the party.
Don't touch it, for fuck's sake. Oh boy. Alrighty. As you touch it,
Oh, that was a 9. Oh,
yeah.
I thought
As
that
you
was a 6 on the dice.
as you touch it, you also get that same shock of cold and warmth, kind of like hitting each other, flowing through each other. You have so many levels of anger that you can feel inside of you. But unlike Sapphire, your entire mind twitches. As your entire line of focus, every fiber of your being, every single ounce of your anger condenses into a single point. And it is that creature that you remember. That creature who cursed you. Every fiber of your being turns into straight anger at that one creature before it just disappears. And you can see that the monolith gets much, much brighter.
I don't think that was a good thing.
All of your, like, you can feel your heartbeat raising, you can feel everything else. Your hand is still touching it, but like you're kind of tired at the moment. That anger, that pure fury that you have held for so many years towards that beast is still there. It's still sitting, but it's so suffocated at this moment. It's so buried, it's so inconsequential that you're barely thinking of it at this point. It's maybe the first time in decades that it's just an feeling. Instead of sheer, unbridled rage even thinking of the creature. It's just there. It's that same dull irritation that you've held for almost, the entire time since then, but there's no overlaying hatred. There's no throwing yourself at that thing with pure and utter force. There's just, if you saw it, you would hate it. But right now, it's not a priority. But you can definitely see the red moving through this monolith. And well, before it was like slow, wild movements, it's now very fast, wild movements. And it's kind of glowing. Glowing a very deep, very angry red.
So at that point, that's when I hear Gelmar.
Yeah, the sledgehammer slams down next to you. Shockingly good aim on Gelmar's spot. but the sledgehammer lands next to you, and you hear Gelmar like, "Take a good swing at it."
Okay.
Give it a good smash.
I will give it a good smash with a thunderous smite added onto the sledgehammer.
Oh boy. Okay. Let's see. Guys got
So,
the yeah. All right. Feel free to.
Is this an improvised weapon or?
On my
Technically, it's just classified as a hammer, so it's technically just a tool. It would probably be an improvised, yeah.
my internet is dying. Struggling again.
Oh no!
On just a moment. Right. Doesn't. To break. Apparently. Okay, are you evening out? Evening out. You doing good? Okay, it's evening out now. Okay, cool. I will, since this is using your strength and your proficiency, just roll your main weapon, since that's also strength and proficiency.
Okay.
Oh, come on.
All right, here we go. Do it again. The button. What? Just where to go. Quick time. Where? It's in the chat, isn't it?
I assume so.
Oh,
Its description is in the chat, yes.
yeah. I was expecting a pop-up.
Can you even the fuck out, please? Thank you. Okay. 14.
14 against an inanimate object.
On. My shit's still dying, for fuck's sake. Getting so annoyed at this, not gonna lie.
It's because
Oh.
you tried to hit it.
I
It's
know.
the bar again. It's the Rav.
It's so mad. It's so mad at us, man. How dare I make a fucking inconvenience machine? Jesus Christ. Okay, why is my OBS so stable? Not my OBS, my Discord so stable. My OBS is such a bitch. Stabilize. Stabilize. That's the opposite of stabilization. Stabilize. There you go. Be nice. Stay stable. We all good? Maybe? Nope. Alright, fantastic. That's what I thought. God fucking damn it. Come on, you could do it. You could do it. Come on, computer. You only got a couple more minutes. Please. Okay.
You can do it.
We have like 10 more minutes, internet. Please. Please just let me have this. Let me have this, man. Okay, I think we're lined up. I think we're lined up. Okay. Well, alright. With the 14, so you take the sledgehammer in your hands, and you give that thing a real good wind up. And you absolutely slam this there we go.
I liked the pause between slet and hammer.
Okay, maybe.
Yeah, it's been going insane this episode.
Maybe we
Yeah.
shall be finally back
Kind
in
of
normal.
impressed.
Okay,
Don't jinx it.
hopefully.
Maybe the final name for this episode when it goes on YouTube should be Ultimate and Jank, or no, what was the word?
The
I'm looking for?
scuff
No,
have
technical
become real.
difficulties. The entire
Ultimate Scuff. That's the word I'm looking for.
Minor inconveniences.
The wrath of wrath.
Minor
Wrath,
inconveniences.
yes, minor inconveniences.
Oh, I love that. All right. So you take the sledgehammer, you grab the sledgehammer, you give a real good wind up, and you absolutely slam the sledgehammer into this monument with, I believe you said Thunder Smite on top of that?
I'm gonna drop a Thunderous Smite and a regular Smite into
Jesus.
it. And I
All right.
think because it's an object, thunder damage does full damage.
Mm-hmm. Now, the question is that I have for you. What are you feeling as you hit?
Duty?
Like it's really more. This is more like whatever that was wrong,
Mm-hmm.
and this needs to go.
Okay. Do you have any leftover rage from the boar? Do you have any irritation, or is the walk with Galmar really settled most of that?
Well, the walk with Gelmar really settled it, and what we walked up on, like, put me more on the side of confusion first.
Okay. Cool.
Where
So-
like I was expecting like with lust there would be a thing with limbs
Mm-hmm. So you
and a face.
slam the sledgehammer into this monument, and the crack that can be heard, the roar of thunder that expands from this thing, echoes. Unfortunately, not particularly far because of the way that this forest is set up. However, the tunnel that you and Gelmar have made is a very effective wind tunnel. It's also an incredibly effective sound tunnel. So,
Imagining it just booms so loudly, just knocks all the and Dakota off their feet.
yeah, the thunder crack that echoes down. Son of a bitch!
Sorry, I'm done.
I'm gonna stab. I'm going to stab. Let me have my descriptions.
Not allowed.
It's because we're episode 6-7. It's cursed.
Yeah.
My god, I didn't even know.
Oh crap, we are. Dang it!
Oh.
It's the cursed episode. Line up, you stupid Wi-Fi. Jesus Christ! I just want my
give it 2
ending
more-
description.
Just give it 2 more weeks, then we'll be doing the nice episode.
That's gonna be the nicest episode. I swear to God. Come on, OBS, just line up. Just be nice. Will you, please? For 20 seconds, my guy. That's all I need right now. Is just a solid, like 5 minutes. Can you just give me 5 minutes? Come on, man.
I mean, if it helps, I'm queuing up a roll for 3d8 damage plus 16.
I want to show it. Come on. Why is it being such a bitch? But it really isn't just fucking lining up right now. Goddamn. Come on, you could do it. No, you want to play this fucking game and ring around the rosy for the next 5 minutes? Do my ending bit. Okay, maybe.
Speedrun!
Oh, great. And it got my fucking profile stuck on the... Okay. Okay, well I can't get back in my foundry, but this is fine. This is fine. This is totally fine. This is 100% fine, like it usually is. Okay, anyways.
Can
So...
you upload the icon to the...
No,
No,
this is
no
fine.
trying things go. Well, it's
Yeah,
good.
I
Well,
can
it's good.
see
Go.
things.
Speedrun!
So, yeah. So you hit with the sledgehammer, and pretty much like as much force as you can reasonably throw at it. Or even unreasonably throw at it. To be honest, you're just throwing force at it and hoping that it works at this point. You slam the sledgehammer into the side of this thing, and it booms. It echoes down the path that you carved with Gelmar, and as it echoes down, it echoes all the way to the beginning of this path, where Ania, Dakota, and Aldith just started their journey down to the path. All three of you, can hear this echo, this boom, as it slams down the path. Cyril, as you hit the side of this thing, you see many cracks threading through the monument. But it's almost indescribably weird how it does so. As the cracks spread out through this layered upon layered thing of petrified wood and stone and rock and whatever else is inside of it, this red, the red mist pools out and slams back in. This red liquid or what seems to be liquid that is pumping through its veins, or the best you can say would be kin to veins if they had no rhyme or rhythm to them, starts spreading through these cracks, almost as if you've added new pathways for it to move through. And as you do so, what you hear is a very distinct voice that simply says, I suppose in your head, you can kind of like feel it moving almost through the sledgehammer as you hit it. And feel free to roll all of your damage and see what number it totals out to. Oh, you did already. 27 damage, good lord. As it echoes through the hammer and goes into your head, you simply hear the voice, and it simply says to you, I'm to think about what it would say. Hold on. It would say...
Oh, why?
It would say to you... I am what others cannot understand. You cannot remove anger. You cannot kill wrath. You simply displace it. Are you going to displace me? Or would you rather contain me?
Define contain.
Simple. I and you are one until you die. This monument is home. It is where I stay. For now. You cannot kill me. Sealing me is laughable. Even this, which I have been forced into for so long, is slowly becoming undone. It is not a vessel that can hold me.
And should I choose to contain you?
Wrath becomes yours to wield. You hold hatred closer than most hold relations. You sing the song of wrath, of hate, of passion and fury. You do not have a life that can be snuffed like these forests around me, like these creatures that do not withstand the wrath that fills their souls. But you have held it. You hold on to it. You refuse to let go of that which holds your anger. Your vessel has not been cracked. It has been refined. It is a home that I seek.
I will still be myself.
For now. You hold wrath to such a high esteem. You have the anger of 1,000 souls. But once you die, then your vessel cracks, like this one did. And I become whole once more. But the true vessel does not simply contain, it becomes. So you will be you until you die, and then I will become you.
I'll look back over to Gelmar and Sapphire.
I'm assuming we can't hear this conversation, right?
No, you cannot. To you guys, it looks like Cyril slammed the sledgehammer into the monument, and then cracks formed, and the red mist is like pooling around the sledgehammer, but Cyril's just standing there.
This one, and the extent and of Gelmar's reaction is just a worried, oh crap face.
I'm just thinking for a moment.
Mm.
Looking around at this thing, there's no corporeal body.
Not that you can tell. From the best of your ability to tell, it looks like it was sealed into whatever this smorgasbord of bullshit is, and it's cracking. It's breaking, which is one of the reasons that, like, the boar was able to be contained, for example. One way or another, this monument, whoever had sealed wrath into it, it's a failed containment. It's a vessel that was made with cracks in it, and over time, wrath is simply breaking the vessel. It's not strong enough to contain something as insane as this.
So, above game, just to make sure I understand this correctly,
Mm-hmm.
when this structure breaks, wrath becomes whole again. If Cyril accepts, he will become wrath, and then when he dies, wrath will once again become whole again.
To the best of your ability to tell, pretty much.
So, theoretically, if we smash it and kill what pops out, or try to put it down, I'm assuming this is Yugal off the rules. You can technically kill the vessel, but it'll just get teleported back to the underworld the moment it breathes its last breath.
Yeah, assuming that you could kill it if it comes out, and that's also assuming that it has a place to return to. Like, if you do kill it on this plane of existence, will it go back to the underworld? There's a lot of factors here. But also, it's making a quote-unquote deal with you, Cyril, from the best of your ability to tell. This is kind of similar to at least what it felt like when you're making your oath. You do, it seems, have sway over this conversation. Is, at least from what you can tell, almost desperate to find a vessel that is, air quote, worthy of it.
one further question.
Ask.
Would I be able to ask you about your brothers and sisters?
The little knowledge that I contain will be at your disposal.
Done.
Oh shit.
You can almost feel a smile going through. I will, if you want, allow you to make a, what's the word? Conditional, if you want to. Or you can leave as is.
What do you mean?
If there's anything that you want it to not be able to do, if you want to put down any rules for it, you are welcome to. Since you have made an oath before, since you have made connections, since you do vaguely know at least what Envy did before, you would know that you could potentially make a conditional rule for it. I'm not sure if you would be thinking about that, or if there's something that, otherwise. But that is something that I will allow you to attempt to establish if you would like.
So far the conditions as I understand them are that it will reside within, grant me access to some level of its power, but it won't seek to take over my body or my mind. It will wait until I've died, and then it will raise the body as itself.
To the best of your knowledge, yes. It doesn't seem to have any need to attempt to get out of your body if you contain it, because you have a, air quote, mortal lifespan. You will die eventually. It has an unlimited amount of time to wait. So it does not care how long it takes for you to die. It simply needs something to contain it. And you seem to have, air quote, a perfect container.
Can't think of any... I can't think of any conditions beyond what I've already discussed.
Okay.
That it'll wait till the moment of my death before it raises my body as itself and goes forth on whatever rampage it deems necessary, I suppose.
Cool. All right. So
Assuming there's a body. Assuming there's a body.
May I tag in with a suggestion, or will that be vetoed?
You're welcome to tag in with suggestion, yeah.
What if Cyril makes a condition where it can't hurt the party? Quote unquote his family.
I was going to say, it did openly tell him he will slowly be eroded, or who he is slowly going to be eroded away to become it.
They will become one when he dies, essentially. Whether that means that he will become Wrath is up in the air, essentially. But you could make that conditional if you'd like to.
Yeah, I think I'll make that condition.
Alrighty. So yeah, essentially, just to fully lay out, it will wait until you're dead to bring back your body, to the best of your knowledge. Will not resist or struggle out of you because it has absolutely no need or desire to do so. There's no point. It will just crack the vessel that it has so perfectly shapen. And it cannot hurt your party if you die before your party, before you're old enough that your party dies, essentially. All right. Sounds good. So as you make that conditional, which for you, this is like a several minute process of like talking back and forth to it, like thinking about this. For the rest of your party, it's a minute at best. Like it's such a fast process. And as you make this let's say pact with Wrath, you and Gelmar and Sapphire watch as this red mist, this pure flow of condensed anger, wrath, pain flows through the sledgehammer from where you cracked it and flows up into the handle and goes into you. You can feel it moving through your body and settling at what you would say is your core. You feel what can only be described as literal centuries of unbridled fury that pulses through your very existence. You feel as if you have had multiple lifetimes, which you effectively have, of sheer hate. It goes from anything and everything. You feel hatred towards the High Elves. You feel hatred towards Harmonious Haven. You feel it echoing through you. You hate the Dust Trade. You hate the beast that transformed you. You hate everything that you've dealt with, and it slowly sinks into your core as you feel almost a physical presence of this being within you. It doesn't seem to have gifted you anything necessarily for now. Your body has to get used to it. Your body has to get accustomed to having unnatural being within you. But you can feel something has changed. Your heart rate increased slightly. You feel locked in on certain aspects. But you can feel, without a single doubt in your mind, it is not going anywhere. It is perfectly contained. From what you can see of this monolith was flawed. It was cracked. It was something that it was forced into to be able to contain its powers for a time. You have been honing your wrath, your hate, your anger for actual centuries. You have conditioned your soul to be able to withstand the full force of wrath itself within you. And you can tell that you have become, knowingly or not, the perfect container, the perfect embodiment for everything that wrath needs to be. And then that anger dulls. It fades slightly as you close your eyes. And something important that you recognize in your mind is that wrath is not fury that has no target. Wrath is the embodiment of everything that you need to be able to kill something. To be able to systematically destroy something that you truly and utterly hate. Your wrath is boiled down to a simple substance that is now your entire existence. And it's cold, pure fury that you are now once again holding within yourself. As you turn back to your companions, you know without a single doubt in your mind that you can really contain your anger now. You're good. You have, for the first time, arguably in the last 200 years, found a way to deal with your anger in a semi-healthy way. You can literally force your anger down into another being.
I'm gonna pick up my spear, look down at the hand that it traced up through from the sledgehammer handle. Languish now in your gilded cage.
And with that, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to be ending it, mostly because ads are going to be here in just a second, and I want to get rated out before the ads pop over, so you guys don't have to deal with more annoyances than you already have.
I was gonna say, she's like, oh crap, who
Yeah,
robbed the
well,
bank?
you know, sirens in the background are a great sign of future things to come. But alright, I'll put with my end screen. Hopefully you guys have enjoyed this lovely episode. Ignore the sirens in the background. They're kind of dicks, and I really don't want them in the background, but that's okay. But hopefully you guys have enjoyed this episode.
Okay.
Yeah. This is a fantastic episode, ignoring just how often my internet decides to absolutely shaft itself. We're going to pop over and talk with my lovely friend Obabendo, Dr. A Problem, who has finally fixed his internet. So it's no longer stuttering or weird or anything like that. So we're going to be very happy about the fact that our internet is having troubles by popping over to Doctor, saying hi. He's playing Golf with Your Friends with our lovely friend Obabendo, Tails. They're fantastic, wonderful people, and I want to give Doctor some love. So have a lovely night, ladies and gentlemen. We'll see you guys in about 3 hours or so, assuming my internet kind of works with me, as we play, I believe, Resident Evil. We're going to be continuing our insane run. Alright, have a lovely night, and we'll see you guys next time. Thank you guys for joining. Bye!
Bye-bye.
Bye.